What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we need to talk about Mullen Automotive, ticker symbol MULN, because we actually just got an important update from Ortex about the share count of this stock. The market cap is all out of whack. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on with this stock that people don't seem to realize, at least on the surface level. If you check a lot of the typical sites like Yahoo Finance and even Ortex for some data, you're going to get some inaccurate stuff. So we're going to break down what's been going on with this stock more recently, right after we explain what this stock is for anyone who hasn't heard of it. Basically, it's an EV company that's been going through a couple of pumps as of late, right? This initial pump was caused on hype due to a battery pack that they have in development for EV vehicles. Essentially, this battery pack would make their vehicles the longest range EVs available, as long as no other companies develop those vehicles, longer range vehicles, before they actually get this thing into prototype testing, which should start at some point in 2025, they've said. So initially, the stock pumped up a bit on that. And as of late, it's been a bit of a meme stock short squeeze pump play. So you can see it's continued pumping, and there have been some other catalysts, such as a feature in a prominent car website and whatnot. So there's been a bunch of stuff going on with this stock. But as of late, some people have been wondering about this tweet from Ortex, okay? Ortex tweeted this out just about 2 days ago, and it actually contains a very important update for the stock. So they've said MULN update. Following a prospectus for sale of up to 228 million shares of common stock, filings show significant increases to both shares outstanding and the number of shares excluded from free float. So shares outstanding have now increased to 188 million with a free float of 82%. So this is very important for understanding what's going on with the market cap of this stock and the pump potential that it has. Because if you look at Yahoo Finance, you'll actually see this thing has a $59 million market cap. Now, that's actually inaccurate according to the most recent filings. In fact, Yahoo Finance, if you look at the shares outstanding that they have listed here, it says only 34 million. So apparently Mullen has been offering a decent amount of shares up for sale, likely due to the increase in price that they've seen as of late. Potentially they were capitalizing on this, raising some capital. Now, this is potentially a good thing if you're a long-term fundamental holder of the stock. It will allow them some additional capital that they can have under their belt to further develop their batteries and their vehicles. If you're short-term hoping for a pump, it's not the end of the world, but it is somewhat negative. So we'll break down what's going on with the stock's market cap and potential that it has for a pump and whatnot. But first, I wanted to show you guys the official SEC filing where they talk about the 228 million shares that they have the potential to list at some point. Now, according to Ortex, they only currently have shares outstanding of about 188 million. So they haven't actually offered all of the available shares that they potentially could of the 228 million. So there's some good news right there, right? Their market cap hasn't ballooned out of control. But the market cap that even Ortex has is actually inaccurate, right? Because you're looking at the shares outstanding. You see 188 million, and then you can't possibly believe that it has a $55 million market cap if you know the formula for market cap, right? Market cap is shares outstanding multiplied by the current share price. So when you see that this stock has a current price of about $1.70, when I did this calculation, it was $1.65, but it has a price of $1.70, and on Ortex, they say 188 million outstanding shares. You got to know something's not right with the market cap, because market cap equals share price times shares outstanding. And for Mullen, that means $1.65 or $1.70. Now it's changed, multiplied by about 188 million. And what you actually get is $310 million for their market cap. Now, obviously, not all of that is free float. In fact, Ortex said themselves the free float was about 82%. So not all of that are literally shares available to trade, but it still is very significant compared to the market cap that places like Yahoo Finance have them pegged at, $58 million market cap, and even Ortex, for whatever reason, has not updated their market cap despite updating the shares outstanding. It's still pegged at $55 million for Mullen Automotive. So it is a little bit inaccurate on Ortex and Yahoo Finance, at least according to the numbers that Ortex themselves have given us. Now, if you look at the short interest on this stock, this has changed as well, because as the shares outstanding have increased, so has the decrease that we've seen in the percentage of the free float that's been shorted has been actually pretty significant. This was higher a while back. It was closer to 20% than 2% not too long ago. Last time we were looking at it, it was much more significant than this. But now it's down to around 2.84% of the free float that is short, 4.41 million shares. You can see the shares that have been shorted have been pretty darn volatile during this whole pump. But all in all, it's not the largest amount of shares shorted as estimated by Ortex. that we've seen out there, right? 4.41 million shares is not the largest amount for a $1.70 stock. It's only about maybe $6 to $7 million of short positions out there. And what's important to realize, though, about Ortex's estimates is that they do give a range with a confidence interval ranging from potentially this thing could have 2 million shares to maybe 7.9 million. So there is some leeway in there. This whole green area, this shaded green area, is actually where they estimate the short interest really could be. It's impossible to say exactly for sure where it is until you actually get the exchange reported short interest. So we don't know exactly where the short interest is. Obviously, if you guys are fans of these short squeeze stocks, you know that shorts like to play tricks and like to play games in the dark and don't actually reveal all the data that's out there to everybody. So obviously, this is clouded in some murkiness. And all in all, this stock has had some good news in the past. It has been pumping up. Over the long term, it's certainly a good thing that they were able to raise some capital, especially when the price of the stock was elevated. That will definitely help them with their development. It'll help them alleviate the need to take out some debt, so maybe they won't need to take out as much debt. It'll overall probably be much better for their long-term fundamentals. The fact that they've been able to raise this capital in the short term, it is a little bit detrimental for the stock, right? Obviously, a $58 million market cap stock is a lot easier to pump than a $310 million market cap stock. But it's notable that $310 million is not the end of the world. It's not the biggest market cap you could have in the world. And considering the amount of attention this stock is getting on StockTwits, it's the number 2 top trending or number 2 most active stock. It's getting a decent amount of attention on Google Trends. Not as much as it was on Monday, but compared to the previous week, it's getting quite a bit. And even on Reddit, it's the number 8 top trending stock. This thing could potentially pump up more, right? This isn't the end of the line for MULN. By any means, right? It's not necessarily the end for them just because they have a higher market cap. The fact that they have been able to sustain this price over the past couple of days is actually a decent thing, and they could potentially move higher. We'll need to see if there is another catalyst, though, that can come out for them that can move them higher, or if we can just get some more momentum, some more retail volume moving into this stock. It's been relatively tough for retail as of late. Unfortunately, retail hasn't been having the best time because the overall markets have actually been relatively bloody, especially over the past couple of months. Especially not just for large stocks, right? This is the S&P that's been moving down, but especially for smaller market cap stocks. Since November, a lot of these stocks have been getting decimated, and what we're seeing today is actually stocks coming back in a decent way, right? We're up 2.5% on the Russells, and we are expecting later today for Powell to actually come out and speak and talk about rate hikes and the markets, and that could be getting stocks moving up even further depending on what he says. It could be very good for stocks. So we'll see if MULN ends up benefiting from that. Overall, it could be a good situation, right? MULN is up 5% today, double what the Russells is doing and almost triple what the SPY is doing. In fact, more than triple what the SPY is doing. So all in all, good stuff for MULN is happening today. But I did want to update you guys, let you guys know about the market cap change and the change to the number of shares outstanding and the short interest and all of that, just in case you missed it, right? You might not be following Ortex on Twitter or whatever. So I figured I'd let you guys know. If you appreciate the information, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And other than that, guys, keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. I'm not recommending anyone do anything with their money. I'm just letting you guys know some of the news that's going on with Mullen, MULN. And other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.